In what ways does your media product use, develop and challenge forms and conventions of your real media product? Music videos. I learned a lot about conventions on music videos and conducted research by looking at the key developments of our music video in our chosen genre. By looking at bands and artists that represented and belonged to our chosen genre, which was alternative rock. Overall, a summary of what I found when referring to genre conventions of our music video had common features that can be witnessed within all alternative rock music videos. One example of this is having a performance-based music video means that our band can increase their star image. To achieve this, when it comes to filming our music video, we needed to include close-ups and mid-shots so that our target audience would know our individual band members. As a result, this allowed them to recognize individuals by their style or the way they looked, which is conventional to our alternative genre. For example, the lead singer of the band wore a leather jacket, which conforms to our chosen genre because leather often connotes rebellion. This is evident in My Darkest Days, Move Your Body, where the lead singer is wearing one, conforming to the stereotypical conventions. The narrative of our music video would conform to Stuart Hall's his negotiated reading because of his verisimilitude placed within the narrative, causes our target audience to partially accept certain readings because it reflects themselves in those certain positions, establishing Katz and Ballmer's uses in gratification. For example, some of our target audience would be able to relate to the couple arguing throughout a narrative because they too have been in a similar position. Similarly, My Chemical Romance's Sing uses close-ups and mid-shots to make sure their target audience can see the emotions the singer was going through within the narrative, which is conventional to our chosen genre because these artists wanted their target audience, who would be young adults, to see them involved within the narrative instead of focusing on the narrative alone. This inspired our group when filming our music video because we decided to have a hybrid of Stuart Hall's narrative and a performance-based music video because we wanted a story-based video, but still incorporated our band performing. For example, in our music video there's a shot of the guitarist playing his instrument before it cuts to a wide shot, then rapidly changes into an over-the-shoulder shot of our male protagonist. Also, bands often include a narrative-based music video, which is helpful for their target audience watching it because they can follow a storyline. This is effective as it causes their audience to carry on watching the video to see the final outcome. For example, Hosea's Take Me to Church includes a narrative which highlights the issues of homophobia, which will appeal to a target audience who disagree with the way the characters were treated in the narrative. As the music video, it represented the true reality of prejudice, establishing a verisimilitude. This is conventional to our genre because artists often produce music videos which address controversial issues such as physical/metaphysical abuse, drug taking or sex. However, we did decide to change these conventions because these issues wouldn't appeal to our target audience, which is why we decided that our music video should focus on issues of people in a relationship and what they go through, establishing a verisimilitude which allows the target audience to be able to identify with our music video, introducing the uses and gratification theory again. We still conform to the genre by including drug taking, such as the consumption of alcohol, but we challenged it in a way to condemn it because we didn't want our target audience to think that taking drugs was okay. We wanted our target audience to see the connection that it's unpleasant because of the situation our main protagonists are in. Studio lighting is effective when referring to filming an alternative rock music video, as the use of high-key lighting makes the band appear more mysterious and allows the audience to focus on them more instead of the location in which they're in. In addition, the backlight helps create a silhouette of the band and makes them more prominent. For example, Radiohead's Fade Out uses black lights to create shadows, which is effective as it connotes mystery, causing the target audience to watch the music video because they want to figure out what the mystery is. Therefore, an enigma is involved. Sometimes they use spotlights to focus on the instruments, which are effective as the target audience can see instruments which are often conventional to the rock genre. Studio lighting is conventional to our chosen genre, which is why we needed to use a variety of lighting such as spotlights in a secluded location in our music video to connote mystery in our music video. Furthermore, my textual analysis also helped develop the forms of my chosen genre because in Evanescence's Bring Me to Life linear narrative, there's a wide shot where the audience can see people wearing happy masks, props, at a party. However, there is one female who takes off her mask, and the audience is able to justify her sorrows as a mascara is smeared to connote that she was crying, and juxtaposing the setting and atmosphere, causing a binary opposition to occur. This inspired us to create a scene where our female protagonist is in the bathroom with mascara running down her face to connote sadness. In addition, in Hosier's Take Me to Church, there's a shot where it cuts to a thug throwing a chest into the fire, which represents how the main protagonist has been exposed for being homosexual as the fire burns wood. Similarly, the fire represents the love the main protagonist has for his boyfriend, and the audience can see that as they refer back to the beginning of the narrative. This inspired us to use numerous shots where there are photographs of the couple burning to represent the passion within the relationship, as it was dangerous yet powerful. Our music video was conventional regarding to the colour scheme because we were inspired by My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade, with its use of the black and white effects separated the music video of the non-linear narrative and the band performing within it. As when the band were performing, the colour scheme was black and white. However, when we go back to the narrative, the colour scheme was brighter in the beginning. Despite doing some research, we decided to challenge the conventions of our genre because we wanted to include a non-linear narrative to cause the target audience to constantly ask questions because of the enigma codes involved within the narrative, and it isn't a continuation instead of having a linear narrative. When it came to editing our product, we decided to develop the forms and conventions of our genre, as we wanted our music video to include features of Goodwin's theory, such as the relationship between the music and the visuals. The editing matched the pace of the tempo of the music, which was conventional because we needed to emphasize the meaning of the lyrics within the song in a visual way. This is very evident in music videos such as Fall Out Boy's Light 'Em Up. The American Rejects gives you hell. And Linkin Park's Numb. In addition, with our music video, we use many close-ups of our lead singer lip-syncing in order for our audience to become similar with the band's image, which is effective because it allows a deeper relationship to take place. Therefore, they want to continue to see our band because they find key individuals appealing. For example, it's conventional that alternative bands have attractive guitarists, as this is very evident in bands such as All Time Low, The 1975, and Knew Me at 6. However, we've challenged conventions within our music video as we portrayed our male protagonist as a damsel in contrast to being stereotypically the villain. We decided to do this because we didn't want to conform to the stereotype that men cause all the problems within a relationship. We wanted an equilibrium where our female and male were both to blame for their actions. For example, our protagonist can be seen arguing throughout the majority of the video. Despite arguing, our female protagonist seems to be more violent in contrast to the male. We decided to implement this shot to connote that males are always the violent ones in the relationship. Digipacks. In addition, when referring to the way we wanted our layout to be for our digipack, we needed to research different albums. This is effective because it allowed us to gain basic knowledge of what these artists often included within this type of genre. Nirvana's typography they used in their Nevermind album was very distinctive, therefore connoting that the Nirvana's fan base and their target audience can immediately distinguish who the band are because of their typography was iconic to the band. As a result, this has inspired us to have our own original typography, which is different than Nirvana's throughout our digipack, to keep everything simple and not too distracting to our target audience, and also have the name of our artist embedded in their minds whenever they see our iconic names, demonstrating hypodermic needle theory. When referring to our chosen typography, we decided to use Da Font's 46. The typography was a suitable font because it was conventional to our chosen genre. The capital-style lettering resembles the loud tone of rock-inspired song and the power behind the interpretation of lyrics. Similarly, the typography is iconic to the legal elements to rock, such as graffiti, thus connoting frustration and passion, or which are two themes featured in our music video, as a result being intertextual to that of Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown Tour advert. Furthermore, we were inspired by the 1975, who has still stayed true to the conventions by including themselves within their digipack. As a result, we decided to place our entire band in the inside panel so our target audience would be able to identify with who our band members are. The inner panels of the band also conform to the colour scheme and are inside the CD instead of being presented outside of the CD cover. The colours connoted how laid back their personalities are, which causes their fan base to buy their CD because they feel like they can identify with individual band members, conforming to the uses and gratification theory. The setting represents their British heritage, as the weather is not too sunny and they are wearing many layers, conforming to the stereotype that Britain is always cold and raining, as some band members are wearing hoods on their heads. We decided to have our band within the setting of a dark room to connote mystery, because when referring to alternative rock bands and the personalities, they often represented as being very secluded and not overexposed, in contrast to other bands in different genres. Overall, from looking at the 1975 digipack has given me inspiration when producing our digipack, because the colour scheme we used connoted sophistication and as a result would target an older age group than teenagers. It's more aimed towards young adults such as those in the sixth form or currently in university. When developing our CD cover, we continue to include the black and white and neutral colours of our theme by using black background and white typography. Also, we decided to include 30 Seconds to Mars' traditional and iconic logo within our CD to make it stand out more, and to also allow our target audience to distinguish the type of genre our band belonged to. Also, the satanic theme within it conforms to the genre. By having a consistent theme is important in the digipack design, as it allows the target audience to recognise the conventional alternative rock conventions. In addition, the triangle behind the phoenix font is stereotypical iconic to the band's identity. Advert. Furthermore, when creating an advert, we stay true to the stereotypical colour scheme that is often involved within alternative rock adverts. The colour scheme used in Brief Carolina's poster inspired us to conform to the colour red, black and grey, which we used throughout the advert, which inspired us because the colours connoted a dark and sinister feel. This is effective as it causes their fan base to identify with these colours and appeal to them because they represent the emotions they're going through, which involves the use of gratification theory. Also, both Brief Carolina and Hollywood Undead include black, white and red in their colour scheme to appeal to a mass audience to represent the band's genre and their powerful emotions involved, as red connotes pain, black connotes death and white connotes heaven. By using the same colours used within our advert was effective, as it could cause Brief Carolina's fan base to see the intertextuality within our advert and therefore purchase our artist's music because of the similarities, therefore conforming to the conventions.